Hey, it's JMPankey here, and I'm sitting with David and Sara from Ready, Set, Go. Hi, guys.
Hey, Julie.
Thanks for joining me. David and Sara and Ready, Set, Go was a big hit at SpaHive in Providence. All of our SpaHive attendees have been asking for more information, so that's very exciting. And I wanted to get a little more information for our attendees about the brand, how it came about. So, tell me, David, how did you create Ready, Set, Go? What was kind of your passion behind creating this company and brand?
Sure. Basically, I had 20 plus years of experience as an independent retailer and lived that life with my wife for a long time and had a lot of fun doing it. And then it was not becoming as fun, and maybe as a bit of a midlife crisis, we took a break and said, what are we going to do in the next chapter of our life? Having worked for ourselves all of our lives, we who the heck is going to hire us? Uniquely qualified to do just about anything at all, but what are we going to do? So my wife actually started an art festival company, and she ran that for a couple of years, and now she's a manufacturer, one of the lines that I represent, and one of the lines that I'll probably be talking to people about. It's called IAMTRA. And I started Ready, Set, Go because that's what my skill set was. And 20 plus years as a buyer and seller on the retail level, I felt like really had an interesting sort of idea of what I would do as a company and the products that I would pull together. So that's how I got started with Ready, Set, Go. And, probably starting from humble beginnings, it was just myself at first. And now we have reps in many of the states, all the way from Maine down through Philadelphia, that work the Ready, Set, Go brands. And we exhibit at the New York Now gift show. We exhibit at regional shows. We have a showroom at the Northeast Market Center. So we do a lot, our sales and marketing is developed through those sales channels.
That's great. And I know I was really excited when I found you at a trade show because you offered so many different options than what I see at spa trade shows. And I feel like it's even more important now for spas to sell retail and to sell more than just skincare, but to be able to sell what their customers want, really easy point of purchase items, some unique gift items. And to me, it's low-hanging fruit for, spa owners and spa managers to make some really good revenue because, our expenses are high for doing services. But, retail is very predictable. We know what our cost of goods are and how much we can mark them up. And I always see retail as low-hanging fruit. So how do you see Ready, Set, Go as a perfect partner for spas and hotel gift shops?
I do see us as a perfect partner, and we have a number of clients in the industry because of that. I feel like we just there's an opportunity for all of the spas to have, to offer extra value. And that's what our lines do. And you sort of have a captive audience as well. You have people that have come in for an experience or a treatment or just to feel better. They might even just be browsing around because of the retail merchandise that you have that lures them in potentially. But I think once you have a client that has had an experience or had a treatment and they're done, they're feeling good about themselves, and now you can offer them a product that would be an extension of the service in a lot of ways, an extension of the experience. And that's just extra money, and that's just extra money in the till, in the register, take it to the bank, whatever. It's not taking anything away from what you're currently doing. It's just building on it.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. And so we talked about, you have a lot of products and there are a lot of, a wide range. So it's a broad variety. And I know you have some things that might not fit in spa, but you have a lot of things that would fit in spa or hotel gift shops. So we talked about your 3 customized categories that you've created for the hospitality and spa industry. Can you tell me a little bit about those and what fits in there? And just a little teaser, because again, on what's the date? It was June 12th. I'm going to go down to David's showroom and I'm going to meet with David and Sara, and we're going to do some live video and take a look, a sneak peek, behind David's brands, his displays, his merchandising, which I know always drew me to your booth because you seem, very artistic. You display your products super cool. I mean, I stole the idea of the Weehaw cards, on that wooden rack with the dowels in between. We had somebody built that for us because, you use really cool ideas. So stay tuned for a live video on June 12th when I'm down visiting Ready, Set, Go in person. But tell me a little bit about those 3 customized categories.
Sure, absolutely. Sara, do you want to mention anything about them, and then maybe I'll pipe in, or putting you on the spot? But...
That's fine.
Okay.
Our first category that we wanted to focus on is wellness. That was something that was talked about at SpaHive, and how the wellness craze is going to be a $12 billion industry over the next 10 years. So in a couple ways to add more wellness in terms of retail product would be the Rare Essence essential oils, Iamtra. We also were thinking the Melange perfumes and ozone socks. So we'll feature those in a video and a PowerPoint with opening order suggestions in regards to wellness. Our second category, impulse. These are like point of purchase, very, like catch someone's eye. Julie mentioned she was always gravitated towards the Weehaw cards.
Tops Malibu.
Tops Malibu, exactly. Heart of the Moment.
Heart of the Moment, yep.
Oh, excuse me, not that one. We were that one for Celebration. Sorry.
Celebration. Yep. We've got a lot going on.
And then the third one would be Celebration.
Okay.
Which a lot of people come into spas for celebrations, whether it be the bride-to-be or birthdays. So Heart of the Moment is great for that, and Tops Malibu.
Yeah, and then going back to Impulse, we because I totally segued into Celebration there's also jewelry items that are just perfect at your counter that you can display in a very eye-catching way. And there's several lines of jewelry that we represent that are good impulse items and are perfect retail items for a spa.
And the Paisley and Parsley.
And we have a line of coasters that just have some great spa-related images, wellness-related images, and they can be impulse as well. So that all ties in. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And then your space is your space, and you can create that. So some of these products will speak to you, and others may not. But you're telling your own story as well.
Well, I'm so excited to visit in June. Well, it is June. Can you believe it's June 1st?
Yeah.
And so my last question would just be, where do you find your inspiration? So I mentioned, David, I think you have some of the coolest displays. When you go to a trade show, there are a lot, like 9 out of 10 booths are somewhat boring. And, the way that you display items in a unique and different way is, really inspirational. Where do you find your creativity and inspiration so that spas can learn to do, similar things?
I am definitely an artistic personality, and I've always had that in my core. So I think when I'm looking at things, they have to be a combination of fun and interesting and beautiful, and then I feel like I have those items. I can't just let them sit on a shelf. So you have to sort of create the story. And then in terms of inspiration, it can be anywhere. It can be from a hike in the woods, which I walk with my wife every morning, but it's also going into other stores, seeing how people are doing things, and you might see something in a clothing store that you just are inspired from the way they did that or that idea, and you could be putting that together for a jewelry display. So it's like sort of a transferable merchandising perspective. Like, what do I have to do? What's my vision? And then going with it. So I get inspired from a lot of different places, but retailers, certainly from retailers to walks in the woods, it can come anytime.
Right. So I think, the bottom line is for spa people not to feel kind of like boxed in to, 8-tiered displays, but to really seek inspiration and creativity. Would you agree, Sarah? I know you have experience in kind of the fashion, industry. So really finding, inspiration and making it creative and fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And even, in this day of technology, if I need to find a kind of a cute way to do something around my house, Pinterest. Get into Pinterest and see what pops up. So many like great do-it-yourself ideas. So I think that's a great place to start when you're kind of like, have a little bit of free time.
Right. Pinterest is a great idea. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, Sarah and David, for joining me for a few minutes. And we'll look forward to diving a little bit deeper into the showroom in a few weeks here.
Okay, great.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.